Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, readers of all persuasions. Welcome back to Book Uncorked and Caffeinated. I'm Gayla. I'm back for another book review. I'm talking about all the books that I read in October. The year is really winding up, and I absolutely love it. Today is going to be another caffeinated Sunday. I am drinking some pumpkin spice coffee from Trader Joe's in my great pumpkin cup. I have a bag of pumpkin spice coffee. I am a pumpkin spice girl. I probably won't post as much anymore the pumpkin spice flavor, but I will be drinking up my pumpkin spice. And I also have some pumpkin spice creamer to bring it all to the forefront. But anywho, let's get started. Let me take a sip. It's a little bit warmer. Cooler than I wanted because I ate breakfast first before I got on here, but it'll still work. And if not, I'll just pop it in the microwave for a second or two. Anywho, so I read 9 books this month, which is about normal for me. I read anywhere between 5 and 10 books a month. It depends on what's going on in my life. And work has been stressful, and I've been using my reading time to de-stress. So I got up to 9 books. And I think I might have an honorable mention to round it all up to 10 when I post on my Instagram page, which is also Book Uncorked and Caffeinated. If you want to catch me there to see all the coffees, all the books, pretty much in real time, and then the wines and stuff that I drink occasionally or on the weekend. So let's get started. I'll be looking down at my phone because I have it on Goodreads. And I'm starting to see what people say about Goodreads, about capturing your reads. And so I think in the new year, I might start with Storygraph to figure some things out and see which platform I like the best. So I'm continuing with Goodreads because that's all I know. And so I'm learning to do the tech part, Goodreads, and all of that. So I don't want to start with a whole nother platform. So I'll do Storygraph in the beginning of the year. But that being said, let's start off from the first book that I read, which was called First Lie Wins by Ashley Easton. This is the book right here. It's a thriller. I'm trying to remember what it was about. But it was about this person that was in a relationship. And I think they were both kind of like, I don't want to say killers, but it had something to do with like not being good people. And their relationship really was based on a lie. And that's why it's called First Lie Wins, because they were kind of like entrapping one another with certain things that was going on in the relationship. It was really actually a good read. Something I don't think I would have picked up by myself. I forgot. Once again, probably Shaughnessy recommended it. So I picked it up. I'm not quite sure, but I think she was the one. Also, I read the internet sensation, The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. First of all, I was going to read it anyway because it's pumpkin spice. And then it's also the sensation of the internet. I wanted to see what everyone was talking about. And it was actually a pretty good book. Sometimes with internet sensations, you don't know if it's going to be a really good book. But this actually was. I really enjoyed it. And it was spicy, honey. Everybody kept saying this was like the Gilmore Girls, feel good, cozy, drink your hot chocolate. Yeah, it was doing all that and some other things. Let me tell you about it. So that was the second book I read of the month. The third book, I'm still on a Freedom and Fatten kick. The Perfect Son. This was good. What you think it is probably what it is. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it was some other things, and it was like an aha moment also. So this is actually a good book. And I heard Freedom and Fatten, her like 9-to-5 job is something in neurology, I believe, because I think she writes books for people that have like brain injuries or something going on in their head. And so, excuse me. So that's why her books are like super fast paced. Not super in depth, but they are good reads. Like if you need a thriller and you want to get through something and you want to read something that's like fast paced, have your heart racing, have all the feels, Frida McFadden is the person. So I'm kind of slowly going through her backlist. I've read quite a few books from her this year. The next book was, The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. Um, Also in the series is I think it's a 4-book series by Laurie Gilmore. I also enjoyed this book. Kind of still the same plot, you know. Girl meets boy, boy likes girl, girl like boy. They try to act like they don't. Then they start liking one another. And this book was also about the cinnamon buns. It was spicy. The next one was One of Us is Dead by Geneva Rose. And I think she wrote The Perfect Couple, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't read that, but this, I didn't realize she wrote this until I was midway through, and then I was like looking on Goodreads or Barnes and Nobles, and I was like, oh, she wrote The Perfect Couple. I think that's the one she wrote, and this is a really good read. Actually, I read 2 books by her this month. I enjoyed it. It was kind of like Mean Girl, Beverly Hills, I'm better than you, my money is longer than yours, bow down to me. But it actually was a really good book. The next one, oh, it was also by Geneva Rose, You Shouldn't Have Come Here, which was a nice little suspense thriller. Yeah, not The Perfect Couple, was The Perfect Marriage that she wrote is on this book. But You Shouldn't Have Come Here, this was actually pretty good. It's a little spooky, a little like looking to the side, especially if you're a woman that travels by yourself often, like I do. You kind of like, oh, I gotta add to my list of things not to do or say to people. But it was a really, really good book if you want like suspense. And it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It was like an aha moment towards the end. So Geneva Rose is batting 1,000 with me so far. Then I got back into my urban fantasy, erotica fiction, No Hold Bars by Stephanie Nicole Norris. And you know, this is all about just shits and giggles. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, a little urban erotica. The next one, I was super happy to get this, but also super disappointed. The Christmas Tree Farm. So it was still kind of the same plot. Boy meets girl, girl likes boy, boy likes girl. You know, trying to maneuver a small town so everybody want to know your business. But I think what was starting to happen for me, the theme of it all started to was overdone. Nothing about this, sorry, that's my phone. Nothing about this book was different than the other books. And maybe I liked the other books because I just read them first. But by the time I got to this one, I was like, ugh, can we think of another thing? But it made sense because you're talking about a small town and you're going through each character. But it would have been nice if each couple or main characters of the story didn't kind of have the same storyline. Like, I like you, you like me, we trying to act like we don't like one another, I'm trying to get rid of my old life, trying to become a better person. All those things are good, but for 3 books in a row, and I must like torture because the next book that comes out in March, I'm going to read just to say I finished the series. I'm learning this about myself. I'm a completionist. If it's not terrible. Now, if it was super bad, I'd be like, girl, we're not going to do this no more. But, and I also tell you about this one, because I was super bored, but I wanted to get through it, I wind up listening to the rest of it via audiobook. So that lets you know I was just trying to like, come on, girl, they're going to get together. They're going to live happy ever after. They're going to have some hot chocolate. They're going to sell some trees. And they're going to do it in the living room. I don't know. So, yeah, I was over it. And then the last book was number 7 in the series that I'm reading by Sherelle Green, The Crown Legacy books. To Hollis and Obey, a Mafia Romance. This was kind of getting right back into my urban erotica bag, giving me all the feels. So I'm probably going to finish this series by the end of the year because I think it's 3 more books. And so I'm just going to finish it. Sherelle Green is that girl when you're talking about urban romance. And so she's the person for that. So those are my, I think, 9 books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 books. I'm currently reading, let me see what I'm reading. It's another urban erotica book. I'm listening to it. It's by Donna Marie is the Bennett Affair. This is book 1 called Fearless Love. So you see where I'm going with this, if you can see that. I just started. This is probably going to be my car book for the rest of the week. I usually have 2 books, a physical book and an audio book. My audio book usually gets me from work, to and from work for the week. It's not that long. It's 4 hours. I might listen to some of it today, and I'll finish it by the end of the week. And then I think there's 4 books in this series, so I'll probably do that throughout November, and then I'll have the rest of my books. I really don't have anything on my TBR right now. I'm kind of mood reading, as you can see through my list for October. So I don't know what I'm going to read next for my physical books. I need to get through the books that I said I was going to finish by end of year, which is probably what's going to happen. I hope it happens because I am a mood reader. So I'm going to read something when I get off with you guys. Don't know what I'm going to read. This is so aesthetically pleasing, but disappointing at the same time. Oh my God, I read all 3 books. But this one, by the time I got here, I was super over it. And so it is what it is. I'm gonna buy the next book, and I probably just I'm not gonna pick this. Well, I should put them in the free library, but this is not YA at all. These are all spicy books. Maybe I give them to some friends that like them. Actually, literally about 30 minutes ago, a friend of mine who knows I read and kind of goes online and look at my book list read this, and she said she didn't like it. And I'm wondering if she started the series, would she feel the same about this? Maybe it was just this one because she didn't read these, and she said she didn't like this. So maybe it's just this particular book. But yeah, maybe I'll give her the other 2 and see if she likes them. And we'll go from there and see. We probably both wind up donating these books to someone. Got 2 special gifts today. One is a book, one is a cup. So I went to New Jersey to visit my godmother and her family. My family, I consider them family. We have a new addition to the family. Her granddaughter had a baby, and we haven't seen them since the baby shower this summer. So we went to go see the baby. She's adorable, and I wanna take her and then give her back when she's like 5. But anywho, my godmother bought me a gift, which I thought was super cool. And this is when you know your people know you. It's a cup. Let's start there. But it's a book cup. And it says there's no such thing as too many books. Isn't this super cute? She knows me so well. Woo, woo, woo. And then right as I was leaving, there was a book on the table by the door. And my godbrother was walking my mother and I out. And he was like, oh, you want that book? You can have it. And I was like, what? And he was like, it was for his other daughter, who wasn't there. And he was like, yeah, she ordered something. I think it was the wrong book. She never picked it up when she left. So if you want to, yeah. I was like, you sure? And he was like, yeah, take it. I know you're going to read it, whether it's good or bad. And I was like, you're right. So I got a book. And I have no clue. It's a New York Times bestseller. It was on Good Morning America's book club. It's called Long Bright River by Liz Moore. Maybe this will be my next read. I don't know. It seems like a thriller of some type. It says 2 sisters travel to the same streets though their lives couldn't be more different. Then one of them goes missing. It says Casey lives on the streets in an addiction. Her sister Mickey walks through the very same Philadelphia blocks on her police beat. And I've been really having a really affinity to Philly these days. So maybe this will be my next book. This will get me through. It's a lot. This is a big boy, and I do work a regular 9 to 5. It's not that big. It's about 400 pages, and the books I read is about 350. So maybe not. It just has small print, which is sometimes hard to get through. But I have a new book, thanks to my godbrother and his baby who didn't want it. So there it is. So that's my Sunday. That's my October reads. I got through 9 books. Don't know really what I'm reading next. I'm still in the mood of kind of like fallish books, but not quite sure. And fallish books for me is not nothing like simple, like cozy. Is more like mystery thriller, so you can sit on the couch and still be cozy and those things. So I will be enjoying more books, enjoying more coffee, and enjoying more wine. So once again, please like, subscribe, and share to Book Uncorked and Caffeinated, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.